my name is Amy with the Yogi Perogi, and today I'm going to lead you through a flow that is suitable for all levels of pregnancy or all trimesters. I'm personally in my second trimester, so we're going to focus on alleviating some pressure off our low back and some hips, but overall just a nice feel-good all-around flow just to kind of get our body moving and let our mind settle. So let's find a comfortable seat. And as you'll see, I have a lot of props here. So in the comfort of your home, if you have a beach towel, that's perfect. You can have a pillow and something even to prop up the pillows, you can do that. But honestly, a big pillow is just fine as well if you want to take the time to grab that too. So we'll find ourselves in a comfortable seat that's for you. It doesn't have to be the legs crossed. It can also be extended. And just allow the hands to rest on top of the thighs, palms up or palms down. And we'll take a few breaths here. So take a nice deep inhale. Gently part the lips, let it go. Take another nice deep inhale. Part the lips, let it go. One more. And then placing one hand on your heart and one hand on your baby. Taking this time to recognize how your day's been, how your week's been. Something I always gravitate towards is accepting change. So knowing that each day you might feel physically different, you might even look physically different. You might even notice the baby moving a little bit more than usual if you start to feel those kicks. Just embracing the unknown and enjoying each moment at hand. Enjoying this journey because you truly do get this moment once. Recognizing the strength that you lie and that you have. How that inner motherly intuition has taken over already. So trusting your instinct. You know what's best for you and for the one you carry. So as we flow today, really try to take this time to find comfort for you and your baby. Let's allow those hands to rest on top of the thighs. Let the head gently tilt towards the right side. You can bring your right hand to the temple, even bring the chin slightly down towards the chest for a nice stretch into the neck. But notice that the left shoulder creeps up, just try to roll that down. As always, you can breathe in and out through the nose if that's comfortable for you. If there's any congestion, just try to find a steady rhythm of breath. Breathing in and out. We'll bring that head back up to neutral. Let the head tilt gently towards the left side. That right shoulder rolls down. That left hand can come to the temple, even chin slightly down towards the chest. And then bringing it back up to neutral. Let's allow that right hand to come down beside you and top arm reaches up and over. Just see how it feels to let the chest kind of dip down towards the ground or spiral it open. Just notice which one feels better for you, and then the gaze can look up or down. But if you start to hold your breath, that's your body giving you a message that it might be putting too much on your plate. So remember, just trying to find comfort here. Let's bring it back up, let the left hand come down, top arm up and over. You might notice baby favors one side and you might be tighter on that side. Same thing, you can round the back slightly or spiral the chest open. We'll bring it back up, finding a tabletop position. So if you need a blanket underneath your knees, you can find that. In this tabletop, bring your knees a little bit wider than hip distance apart, hands underneath the shoulders. We'll find our cat-cow here. So inhale, look high towards the sky. And then round the back, say hey to your babe. And let's just do that 4 more times. If it feels nice to hold an opening or even rounding a little bit longer than what I say, don't worry about it. Go for it. This is your practice. This is your practice with your baby. We'll find 2 more. And then in this tabletop, just bring those toes to touch, knees wide. You can bring your knees out wide as much as you like here. Arms can come forward. Sway from side to side. If you experience any heartburn, just allow the gaze to look forward. You don't have to let the head hang. We'll shift back forward into that tabletop position again. We'll find what's called rocking the baby. So right hand comes over towards the left side of your mat. Inhale that left arm high, gaze follows. And then exhale, bring that left hand over towards the right side. Inhale, right arm falls. So keep going just like this. This can allow the baby to move from side to side, maybe even off your bladder. But learning how to connect that breath with movement so that we're able to find that inner peace, that calm within. Don't worry if the hand comes in front or behind. Let's just find 1 more each side. And then back into that tabletop position. We'll find a puppy pose. So keep your hips right up over the knees. Arms come forward. Let the head melt. You can also have that pillow if you want to rest it on. If the head comes down, you can find that. But a nice deep stretch into the chest and the shoulders. We hold a lot of tension into our shoulders. So just alleviate any stress that you might be feeling in the body. We'll slowly walk those hands back into our tabletop position. Let's find our Malasa. So walk your hands on back. Bring those heels out wide. Heels in, toes out. And if the heels don't come down, don't worry about it. You can also place this block right up underneath your booty and hold just like this as well. But allowing ourselves to open up the hips, bringing those hands to heart center, elbows in. This is a great posture to open up the hips, and it also helps with dilation when it's ready. And if this pose is difficult for you right now, know that it will get better. Let's place those hands on your hip, or on the knees rather, and come all the way up. I always like these little hula rocks, so place those hands on the hips, just rock your hips around a little circle. Let's rock around the other way. Good. Bring it back to neutral. We'll go those feet closer together here. We'll step the right foot forward and spin your back foot a little bit here. So toes can come out just a little bit. I just want you to feel the action of your hips shining towards the front. Think like headlights on the hips here. Let's reach those arms high. Find a focal point. So really push into the back leg. Soften the shoulders, our warrior one. We'll find a little bit of movement, getting the heart rate up a little bit, but on your exhale, send the arms back. Crown of the head forward. And reach the arms high. Let's just find 4 more. Anytime the hands are above the heart, it's going to get that heart rate going. So if it's too much, you can hold arms high or even hands to heart center as opposed to this dynamic movement. But just creating some circulation in the body here. Next time the arms come up, let's place those hands on the hips. I want you to step that left foot in just a little bit, straighten that front leg, working into the calves here. Slowly fold your body halfway or as far until you feel a nice stretch into those hamstrings and breathe. Squeeze those elbows in. Notice if your toes are holding on for dear legs, soften them. Good, let's slowly bring it back up. I want you to spin those toes towards the left. And we'll find a wide leg forward bend. So adjust the feet. Don't go super wide. If you feel super flexible, always dial it back as if before you were pregnant, because we have this relaxin hormone. So if you can do splits before, don't do them now. We'll find a wide leg forward bend. So personally, I like to use the block. I want us to find a nice straight spine here. So don't focus on what we could do before being pregnant. Just really try to find that calm, that strength, that patience, being happy with the body that we have right now. We'll find these twists just like rocking the baby that we did in tabletop. So right hand stays down, inhale, left arm high. Exhale, swoop that left hand down, inhale, right arm high. Keep going just like that. So if you're able to train your body to find those steady rhythm of breath, breathing in and out through the nose, you're able to trigger that parasympathetic nervous system. So think about that rest and digest that we only get when we're sleeping. And I don't know about you, but I'm definitely not getting my 8 hours of sleep a day anymore. And not for a while anymore as well. So how important the power of breath can be. Let the hands rest on top of the block. Take a moment, catch your breath, especially if you start holding. And hold here. We'll place those hands on the hips. Let's come all the way back up. We'll just find the same thing on the other side now. So left toes pivot towards the back of your mat. Step the right foot in slightly, finding that warrior one, bending through the left knee. You can start with your hands to your hips, just adjust so the hips are pointing towards the back. Let's reach those arms high. 5 times, exhale, swoop the arms back. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, swoop it back. Inhale, high. 3 more. I lost count, I'm pretty sure that was 5. We'll blame baby brain. Place the hands on the hips. Let's step that back foot in enough so it's flat. Straighten that left leg. Same thing. Slowly fold until you feel that nice stretch into the hamstrings here. We're also strengthening the core and the spine, the back here. Slowly bring it back up. Rotate your feet now over towards the right. So finding that stance just similar to what we found earlier. This time we're incorporating squats. So bring your heels and toes out. Very important. I want those knees to cross over those toes. And I want you to imagine like we're picking up our babies. I always think like Lion King. So if it helps to sing the Lion King song, you can go for that as well. But we're going for 10 squats. So when ready, inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, picking up your babe, the lightest babe we'll ever carry. Inhale high. And keep going just like this. So squats are so important. You want to strive for about 30 a day, I know. But strengthening our pelvic floor, which is so important, especially for labor. And so hopefully that we don't find any incontinence later as well. Let's find 5 more squats. The second you think you can't do anymore, tell yourself that you're strong, you're capable. Last one. Good. Place those hands on the hips. Spin those feet in, and let's wiggle them a little bit closer together. Step your way to the top of your mat now. We'll reach those arms high, and then interlace those fingertips together. I'll face towards you. Let's lean towards the right side. If it feels better, adjust those feet a little bit further apart, you can. Bring it back up. Let's lean the other way. Good. Bring it back up. Hands release towards your side. We'll find that Melasma Squat again. So heels in, toes out. Your final squat, I promise. Come all the way down. Hands to heart center. Just sway those hips gently from side to side again. Let's allow that right arm to stay down alongside that inner thigh. Left hand to the knee or left arm high. Any low back sensitivity, you can keep this left hand to the knee. Otherwise, hold here. Nice healthy twist. Bring it back to center. Left hand comes down along that inner left thigh. Right hand to the knee or right arm high. Again, you might notice one side is different than the other. Slowly bring those hands back to heart center. You can either find yourself on your butt if you feel comfortable doing that. Otherwise, I personally like to rock forward to find that tabletop position. So bringing those wrists again underneath those shoulders. Knees slightly wider than hip distance. Let's all find a child's pose. So toes touch, arms forward. Just sway those hips gently from side to side. We'll find what's called our birth wave. So look for, slowly shift forward. Drop the hips down. I like to kick my booty here, getting that nice stretch through the front side as our baby takes more room. And lean back. This might be a nice time to put a blanket underneath the knees if you need. But let's just find a few more like this. Let's just find one more. Good. Let's shift back forward into that tabletop. And just find a seat any way you find how. We'll find ourselves on our backs just for a little bit here. So strengthening our pelvic floor again. This is going to help us with any low back sensitivity as well. If you have a block, even a towel, you can roll up a towel and place this right between your thighs. Place the hands down beside you. I want you to take a nice inhale. As you exhale, squeeze the block and feel the pelvic floor engage. Inhale, try to soften the block here. And then squeeze on the exhale, engage the pelvic floor. And gently release. Good, squeeze on the exhale. And gently release. Now we'll find little pelvic tilts here. So keeping the hands down, just tuck the tailbone just a little bit, lift the booty just an inch as you squeeze, and slowly lower. Take a breath. On your exhale, let's squeeze, lift the tailbone, or tuck the tailbone, lift your booty an inch. And then inhale, slowly release. Let's find that one more time. So exhale, squeeze the block, lift your booty just an inch. Inhale, slowly bring it down. You can keep continuing with that. Otherwise, I want you to lift, feel that weight right into the shoulders. Squeeze the block, hold, hold, hold for 5, 4. If you ever feel pressure in the eyes, though, I want you to come on out for 3. Keep breathing, never hold your breath. 2. Beautiful. And 1, slowly bring it down. Gently remove the block as you windshield wipe those knees from side to side. So I don't know about you, but as baby's been expanding, as baby's been growing, I can definitely feel the effects of my low back, my hips. So this is a great exercise to practice every day. If you have that towel or even this block, you can place this block just right up underneath your booty. So I don't want it on the low back, but right on that triangular bone or sacrum. And then extend those legs high towards the sky. You can also utilize the wall since you're in the comfort of your home. But there's so many benefits of having the legs elevated. It's good for insomnia, it's good for headaches. And it's also good for swelling in the feet. So if you're not used to it, just add a little bit of rotation through the ankle. If you feel more comfortable having your body with the legs up against the wall, by all means find that. We'll be here for just a little bit. You can also play with the shape. Bring the feet out wide. But really try to take the time to find those nice long inhales and exhales. We'll slowly place those feet back down. If that block is underneath you or towel, just lift the hips, slide it away, and same thing, let those feet nestle from side to side. Something that's really good for sciatica, place the soles of the feet as wide as your mat. Let the right knee cave in, left ankle might rest on top. This might be too much, just if that is, just let the left foot rest right beside it. And if at any time you feel like you need to be propped up a little bit, listen to your body. Remember that motherly intuition that lies within you already. But this was one of my favorite poses before pregnancy, and it's definitely my favorite now. Let's slowly bring it back up. We'll just switch sides. So let the left knee cave in. Your right ankle may or may not rest on top of it like an anchor. No big deal. In today's society, a lot of times we feel guilty when we are forced to slow down. But now, more than ever, learning to listen to what it is that you need. Taking a nap when you need, or when you can. Even a walk to clear the mind. Or even this practice like you're doing right now. Let's slowly bring those legs back up. Maybe just a little windshield wipe for a second. And then allow those knees to fall towards either side. We're just coming back up to seated to prep us for one of our final poses. So once we come up, if you have your pillow, you can bring that out. Otherwise, you can also find yourself just lying on your backs like this and placing a pillow between the legs. We call this the flapping fish, and you can stay just like that. Otherwise, we call it the Cadillac here in the studio. So you can place a pillow or a bolster if you have one at home, and place 2 blocks to kind of elevate the height so that it rests right on top of it. and I had a feeling that was going to be a little bit too much, so we're going to bring it just like this. I'll bring my booty back against it and slowly lie right up on to the pillow. I can stay just like this with my soles of feet up, together, or extend them out. Just notice which one you prefer. Personally, I like my soles of the feet to touch knees wide. But the same way that we started our class, we'll finish as well. So I want you to take a nice deep inhale. And part the lips, let it go. Another nice deep inhale. Part the lips, let it go. One more, 3 times the charm. Take a nice deep breath. And let it go. So as we find our final relaxation, our Shavasana, you can let the hands rest to your side. One hand might rest on your baby, one hand might rest on your heart. But even just this time that we take this stillness, I want you to really reflect how you feel physically in this moment. How you feel mentally. Personally, I always giggle that the second I slow down, that's when I start to feel baby move. As a friendly reminder, remind yourself how strong you are, how adaptable you are. The changes that you've made physically, mentally, personally, professionally, with your friendships, with your family. Knowing it's not always easy, but you're not alone. So embrace these next few moments for you and the one you carry. So every breath you take sends light, love, and compassion. I never want you to feel like you need a rush coming out of this pose. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. If you're ready to come out, start to add a little bit of movement to your fingers, your toes, your wrists, and your ankles. If you're in that Cadillac position, I recommend placing the soles of the feet down, knees high, and allow them to fall towards the side. In the same way with flopping fish, allowing your hands to support you as you come up into a comfortable seat. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day and sharing your practice with me and your baby. I truly hope you enjoy this journey and that this was able to give you a little bit of what you needed physically and mentally. Namaste.